31 Tampa Bay Rays Shane McClanahan, LHP, South Florida. There was a point this year where he looked like a potential top 5 overall pick. He has rare velocity for a left-hander, but his command and control went backward this year. One of the bigger boomer-bust players in the class, there could be an Andrew Miller-like profile in the pen. 32 Tampa Bay Nick Schnell, of Roncalli, HS. Schnell is a player I expected to be gone by now. He had a lot of late run and does a bit of everything. At this point in the draft, I thought he was one of the more interesting outfielders available. 33 Kansas City Royals Jackson Kowar, RHP, Florida. This is the only pick of the Royals where I really loved the choice. Kowar has top 10 ability, but has never been able to consistently put it together. His stuff is better than Singer, but he has been nowhere near as good as him, in terms of results. He is the highest ceiling player they've drafted on the first day of the draft. 34 Kansas City Royals Daniel Lynch, LHP, Virginia. Lynch was a player with a lot of late talk. After 2 not-so-great years at Virginia, he really broke out this year. He looked like a different pitcher over the last month, which I heard was partially due to some personal changes he has made. It was shocking to see the Royals take a third arm here. Lynch, though, on many boards was worth the value here, so I can't criticize too much. 35 Cleveland Indians Ethan Hankins, RHP, Forsyth Central HS. There was a point where Hankins was number 1 on every board but mine. I had him at 2. Then the injury issue occurred, which led to some inconsistencies during the spring, and just the specter of injury can do massive damage to a player's stock. He instantly becomes the highest ceiling pitcher in the Indians system. After avoiding prep arms for the last 2 years, this was an interesting selection. 36 Pittsburgh Pirates Gunnar Hoagland, LHP, Visey HS, FL. I had Hoagland going to the Indians in my mock and he ended up going just 1 pick later, to the Pirates. He put on a show of dominance this spring, showing impeccable command around the zone. At one point, he had over 100 strikeouts to 0 walks. He is a big kid and still developing, but has all the tools for the Pirates to develop into a mid-rotation starter. 37 Baltimore Orioles Caden Grenier, SS, Oregon State. I often mocked another shortstop here to the Orioles, Jeremy Eierman, but the Orioles went with the defense over the offense with Grenier. I actually had Grenier rated higher out of high school, as his bat never quite developed. I think he is likely a utility player going forward. 38 San Diego Padres Xavier Edwards, SS, North Broward HS, FL. The Padres are having my favorite draft. Edwards is a player I did not expect to be here. He is a quick-twitch athlete with some of the best speed in his class. He is a legit shortstop, with tools for days. There are concerns about his size, but at this point in the draft, he is a steal, there's no other way to put it. 39 Arizona Diamondbacks Jake McCarthy, of Virginia. 2 Virginia players in the 30s, not quite the same as last year, went in the top 10. Yet, much like last year, the Diamondbacks went to Virginia for their top draft-eligible bat. McCarthy has struggled to stay healthy, though he looked good when he came back. I thought he was more of a 4th outfielder type. 40 Kansas City Royals Chris Bubic, LHP, Stanford. While this is a good pick based on my board, I just don't know what the Royals are doing with nothing but college arms. Bubic might end up in the pen long term, but I would bet on him as a back-end starter. He posted a strikeout rate over 10 this year, with a walk rate under 4. There is a recent track record of players who lead the Cape in strikeouts doing well. 41 Cleveland Indians Lenny Torres, RHP, Beacon HS, NY. I had Torres mocked to the Indians in May. He fit their profile as a very young pitcher with easy velocity. Right now, that is about all he has. He has a very high ceiling and a chance at being a number 2 type of pitcher, but his most likely positive outcome is a back-of-the-pen arm. 42 Colorado Rockies Grant Lavigne, 1B, Bedford HS, NH Lavigne was a hot name over the last 48 hours, with several people mocking him to the Yankees. I was very short on information on the New Hampshire kid, so he did not make my top 101. Lavigne is absolutely massive and his power is a potential plus to plus skill. His power is the reason you draft him, and for the Rockies to take him, they know he is likely going to be a below-average defender at first, so it is all about the offensive profile. 43 St. Louis Cardinals Griffin Roberts, RHP, Wake Forest. This is a pick that I can get behind. Roberts is a player I was the high man on during this draft process, putting him 58 in the end. While it is an overdraft, there could be one big reason for it now. Roberts has one of the best sliders in this draft. I like it better than Singer's slider. His fastball-slider combo could allow him to work out of the pen for the Cardinals this year and then be stretched out as a starter down the road.